Assalamualaikum and a very good evening to Dr. Wan Muhammad Nazrol as our supervisor in internship program APT 4098 in UMK. My name is Nur Aina binti Muhammad Nasiruddin. My matric number is A16A0485. Today, I would like to present about my internship program in the company in Penang named Everlast Global Logistics Sdn Bhd. Okay, as you can see here, these are the title that I will explain one by one to you. The first one is the company background, including the board of director. The second one is the scope of exposure that will be given to me during the internship program. The third one is my contribution to the company. The next one is the suggestion for the company improvement for the further development. The fifth one is the challenges of task execution during my internship program. And the last one is the value added in the student knowledge. The first subtopic is the company background. In the company background, I will explain briefly about the company. Everlast Global Logistics is a company in the logistics industry that located in the Butterworth, Pulau Pinang. This company react as the freight forwarder for the company in the logistics industry. They act as the intermediaries for the customer, between the customer and the shipping agent. So, the founder of the company are two ambitious men named Mr. Shukri and Mr. Azhar. Both of them are the best friends before. So they are planning to make a company, to build a company in the logistics industry, and it's established in the 2010. These are the services provided by the Everlast Global Logistics. The first one is the international sea and air freight consolidation services, including the import and export service. The second one is the transshipment services, including the triangle bypass shipment. Let me explain a bit about the triangle bypass shipment. For example, the customer need to import their goods from Iran to China, but they are using our services in Malaysia as to make a clearance for the import shipment.
The third services provided is the 24 hours custom clearance upon request. This is because the Penang port is near to our company. The fourth one is the local transportation and distribution services. And the last one is the warehousing services in terms of the long or short term storage in custom bonded or non-bonded warehouse. As stated, there are additional services that provided by the Everlast Global Logistics. The first one is the fully trained staff to handle the dangerous goods and the perishable consignment. The next one is the professional in-house customer services. The third one is the full fleet of truck, forklift and handling equipment, including hydraulic, tailgate for unloading. For example, the customer want to unload their goods, so they can use our services to unload the goods from the truck or from the container using the forklift or any handling equipment that suitable. And the last one is the POD and POA. POD is the proof of delivery and POA is the proof of arrival. The proof of arrival to update the customer on their status of the shipment. Next, I will explain about the board of director in the Everlast Global Logistics. As stated here, there are two main director. First one is the Mr. Azhar and second one is the Mr. Shukri. The board of the manager is the Hashimah bin Hashim. She will handle in the sales department. And for the account head of department, she is Nur Fahana binti Abdul Manas. Will be helped by her assistant Muhammad Nur Shahid Kuncalavi. And for the operational management, their head of department is Muhammad Irwan bin Ismail. Will be helped by Muhammad Hafizuddin bin Abdul Rahman and Zairil. And for the documentation department, the head of department is the Nurul Hazwani binti Muhammad Hofni. Will be helped by two ladies will be handled export and import. Nur Ashikim bin Zainul Abidin and Nur Mahida binti Cik Ahmad. And lastly, for the customer services, the head of department is my supervisor, Sharun Ishak binti Zainul. Moving on to the scope of exposure that be given to me during the industrial training, there are two departments that I've been handled during this period. The first one is the customer services department, and the second one is the accounting department. For the customer service, I am be given to monitoring the email in Outlook. So they are using Microsoft Outlook to monitor or to connect with the customer about the shipment, to update their details and receive any inquiry. So I am monitoring the email, and I will tell to my supervisor Cik Sharun Ishak to respond to the customer. And the second one, I am responding to the customer inquiry for quotation. For example, the customer need the quotation or the price, the freight for their shipment from any place from their destination to the one destination, either in import or export. And the third one is I am responding to the customer through the phone call. Any phone call received from the customer, I am act as the customer service people. Will responding to the customer phone call. And for next department that I've been given job to is the accounting. In accounting, I am doing the billing process for the job. Every shipment that have been done the payment, I will make a billing or the calculation for every shipment or every charges that been charged. So I will record it accordingly. Next, I will make an invoice for every purchaser that made. And lastly, after all the invoice are made and been confirmed by the boss, so I will sorting the job file for the customer and for the company. If for the customer, we will deliver it through courier services, the document for them. Next is my contribution to the company. As for this previous week, before the COVID-19 crisis, my contribution to the company based on my supervisor comments is I am a fast learner student or a fast learner worker, so that I can easily absorb what my supervisor are teaching. So I am a fast learner worker, categorized by fast learner. And the second one, I could carry out the work of the permanent employee. For example, if the permanent employee is absent, so I can take over it. I can take over her work to cover up the any other or previous shipment that need to be done. So the third one is I can deal with the customer requirement. So for example, I am reacting with them, responding with them through email or the phone call. So my supervisor said that I am willingly and successfully respond to the customer. So and lastly is I am commit with the daily task successfully. Every task that I did or every task that I've been given to do today or that on that day, I am successfully done by on the same day. So that I am really commit to do the daily task successfully, as been said by my supervisor. The next subtopic is my suggestion for the company to improve for their future development. So the first one is I would like to suggest for them to enlarge the job scope for me or for the other intern student, as they will learn more about the logistic industry. It is because I am only been exposed to the 2 out of 6 department. which is customer service and accounting. I am not touching any documentation or sales or operation department. So it is least experience for me to collect in the logistic industry during this internship program. And the second one is the monitoring program. I would like to suggest for the company for the future internship program, other student, to prepare a proper trainer specifically for the intern student. For example, the mentor and mentee program. So there is a mentor as the supervisor that will focus on the intern student to train them focusedly and deeply in the logistic industries. And lastly is the response to the crisis COVID-19. As we know, this is the newest news. The newest crisis is the COVID-19. It is affect all the services and economical for Malaysia. In the past week, as we already faced the COVID-19, Avelas Global Logistics are not really prepared for any work from home practice. They still let the workers to come to the office to work as usual. As for me, also need to come to the company to cover up the employee work or the shipment. So the practice is not available, work from home available, because of the access to the VPN or access to the document from the office are not enlarged to the we are not allowed to access the Outlook, the any documentation in the PC, in the personal computer to bring it home. So the second one is the SOP for hygiene control not aligned with the government order. We are not practicing the social distance in the office. Although there are 16 people, but the social distancing are still lack, and we need to improve in that term. Next, I will explain about the challenges of the task execution during my internship program. The first challenge is the movement control order, or the MCO, that have been ordered by the government for us during the COVID-19 crisis. For us, the company, as in the logistic industry, logistics sector is the one of the essential services that need to continue to work during the crisis. They are not being excluded from the movement of control order (MCO) as been ordered by the government. So from this MCO, and we are not practicing it as we are the one of the essential services, I am suggesting the solution as the precaution step for us and for individually. First is a self hygiene, and the second one is the social distancing between the workers. So from here, we need to practice the hygiene program or hygiene control individually, so that we are actually following the MCO, although we are not working from home. The second challenge is the pressure from the customer. During the crisis, the customer keep on chasing us, or keep on asking us about the shipment, about is there any cancelling shipment, is there any cancellation, or is there any refund or during the MCO, because the manufacturing sector especially is closed. So they are worried about the shipment. So they are asking us, is there any close for the for the company? Is the company is working, and so on. So the countless calls coming from the customer, and we need to deal it daily during the MCO. So the solution is we need to respond as far as we can. We need to keep update the customer about the shipment. During the MCO, the shipment is not cancelled; they are still working. But we need to it is a bit slow as the movement for us as a worker to go out to the port, or is limited. So And next is we need to list out the company that been closed, especially the manufacturing company, so that we can take note on the shipment that need to be done. Lastly, the subtopic is the value added in student knowledge. From the previous internship program, although I am not finished it yet until this June, the first value added that I've been told in during the internship program is the understand the freight forwarder job scope. Okay, for example, in the logistic industries, there are many kind of job scope. There's shipping agent, as the manufacturer, as the purchasement, then for the freight forwarder, as the now I am working in a freight forwarder company, so I am truly understand about the job scope of the freight forwarder as the intermediaries for the customer and the shipping agent. We are handling the customer side and the shipping agent side for the shipment. Okay, the second value added that have been given is the real experience in the logistic industry. During the previous studies in UMK, we are only learn about theoretical logistic. So during this internship program, I am truly really experienced the logistic industry itself. The third one is work as a team. In the logistic industries, we need to work as a team to stay connected, as the information need to be flow from department to department, so that the shipment is done successfully. And lastly is the communication and time management skills. From here, I am learning to improve my communication and in English, so that I am willing to talk to the customer fluently and comfortably, and I am learning to arrange my schedule in the time management skills in properly, so that I am not wasting time and to do the job in the daily task. So that's all from me for the presentation in industrial training APT 4098 this semester. So I would like to thanks to my supervisor in UMK, Dr. Wan Muhammad Nazrul, that are giving us the opportunity to make a video presentation, and for my supervisor in the company in the Everlast Global Logistics, Miss Sharunisha, and my parents and my friends that are willing to help me to do this presentation. That's all from me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.